Lewis with Power for Parkinson's. I'm so glad to have you join me this morning for our Young Onset Circuit training. Before we get started, please remember that you do need to warm up to be safe, to make sure that you're safe and your body is prepared for exercise. I'm going to do just a little warm up as I'm explaining what we're doing today. If you want to join me, that's great. Otherwise, I recommend you stop the tape now and warm up on your own, or go to our library and find a nice warm up video there. So I'm just going to take some side steps as I explain. This class is a highly repetitive and energetic exercise class. We do a full body exercise with a series of 6 exercises, all done for 1 minute of each. We'll go through this circuit 3 times. Each exercise will be explained the first time, the first round around, and then we will get into the Parkinson's benefits on the second. And then the third round is the most fun. That's where we're going to add a brain challenge. So that's what we'll be doing today. I also want to just remind you that this class, all of our classes, are really meant on retraining the brain or reinforcing movements that are very often affected by Parkinson's. So that's why we choose the exercises that we do. Neuroplasticity, maybe some of your movement disorders, doctors have talked to you about that. So that's what we're doing here today. All right. I think we're getting warmed up enough. Remember, for today's class, you will need 2 props, if you will, to equipment. You will need a ball for our 6th exercise. So if you have something that you can dribble, please make sure that you have it nearby, and some light weights. It is a lot of repetition, a full minute, so I encourage you not to take heavy weights, something that you can do and lift for a full minute. If you don't have weights, you can, of course, do everything without weights. Just use going through the motions, and you'll get a nice benefit from that, regardless of weights or not. Or you can add some water bottles or cans. Those will work for you as well. All right, I think we're ready, so let's get started. Our first exercise is a full body exercise. We're going to do a lateral walking squat. What that means is you're going to walk laterally to the side. You're going to bend as if you were sitting in an invisible chair. That's a squat. Your knees are over your ankles, not over your toes. So let's take 2 of those. We're going to squat down, stand up, sit down and stand up, and then we're going to add an up-down. An up-down is what it sounds like. You start up, you bend down to the floor, both hands on the floor, 1 leg at a time, extends all the way back into a plank position. Then you reverse it, come back up, stand up, and then we go to our squats on the other side. Step, up, step, and then up downs. Down, out, out, up, up, and stand. Modification for this, if that's a little difficult to get on and off the floor, great modification is right here on using the chair. Same thing, starting up here, we're going to take 2 side lunges, sit down, stand up, then we go to the other side. Sit down, stand up, and here's our up downs. Extend, extend, up, up. All right, so those are 2 different levels you can work on. Please make sure that you stay safe. This exercise is for you. You'll get more out of it if you stay at your level. All right, I'm going to turn on our music and our timer, 60 seconds. Let's go. 2 squats, and sit, stand, sit, up downs, down, out, out, up, up, and stand. Sit. Go at your pace. Come down to the floor. Full extension. Bring that leg all the way in. Squat, stand up. Sit and stand. Down, out. Now, what are we working here? I said it was full body. Glutes over the squats. Legs are right here. The squats. The up, down is a full body core exercise. We got our plank. We're also using our glutes again. Sit down and stand. A lot of shoulders in the up downs. Down, your shoulders are holding you up. Full extension here. You're working everything. You're going to feel this in every part of the body. 10 seconds. We're doing great. It's a lot to remember here. And there's our time. Luckily, we'll have 2 more rounds to work on that one. Hopefully, your heart rate may have gone up a lot for that, because you're using all those muscles, and they need oxygen to move, so we got a little part of a cardio exercise in there as well. The next exercise is a bird dog That's all about core. We're working right here in the center of the body. We're working on our six packs, and we're working on our obliques, our sides. So here's a bird dog is in all four in a quad position. Your arms are directly, your hands are directly underneath your shoulders. Your knees are directly over your hips. You're going to take opposite limbs and extend. Right arm, left leg. Fully extend, hold for a split second, find your balance. Pull your belly in, come in, switch sides. Full extension. Now, to this bird dog, I'm going to add a cross crunch. Why not? So again, we're taking opposite limbs, and now we're going to crunch in. Elbow squeezes against the knee, come back down. Elbow squeezes against the knee, and down. So it's lift, lift, concentrate on keeping those hips even, cross, and cross. I'm going to stay down here. We're going to turn on that timer, get our music going. 60 seconds. Give it a shot. Here we go. Good. And hold that for that split second because you're really going to feel this through that core. And crunch. And crunch. Push that knee against the elbow. Reach. Reach. Try not to let your hips tilt when you're doing this. Pull your belly really tight. I want you to feel like someone's got your wrists and they're pulling you away. Someone's got your ankles and they're pulling you the other way. Try not to rush through this one. You'll get a lot more out of it. Reach. I like this because I have to really concentrate, but it doesn't burn like some exercises. Almost done. Stay with it. You guys are doing great. Stay with it. 5 seconds, you can do it. And crunch and done. Woo! All right. We need to get up for our next exercise, so take your more dominant leg, bring it in front of you, knee is in front, hands are on that knee, push down and lift yourself up, nice and safe. All right, the next exercise is all about your lower body. We're going to be doing a kick, lunge, kick. A kick, I call it a kick. I'd really like to see more of a swing because what happens is when I say kick, I usually see people fling their knee out, and that you're putting your knee joint in a risky position. So if you can swing it nice and straight, go for the toes, swing it up. So we're going to swing into a kick, take that same leg back. We're in the lunge position now, knee, knee, both at 90. Then kick, switch sides. Swing or kick, lunge, kick. This one takes a lot of balance. Here's where that chair comes in, right here. Holding onto the chair is not cheating at all. Kick, lunge, kick, switch sides, kick, hold on for balance. This way you're really strengthening those leg muscles without hurting yourself. All right, timer on. 60 seconds. I'm going to keep this nearby for my safety. Here we go. Kick it first. Swing to a kick, all the way back. Swing and kick. Other side, go swing and kick. Back to a lunge and switch. Now, if you can't get that leg as high as me, or if you can, good for you. Just do whatever you can do. It's all right to bend the leg. All right, here we go. I got to think. Kick, lunge, kick and switch. Kick, lunge, kick and switch. Kick, lunge, kick and switch. Now go at your pace. Hopefully you've got that pattern now. Go at your own pace. Almost done. Stay with it. You're doing great. These are all new, hopefully. And done. Let's turn that off. Good. Maybe we can find something a little more melodic for our next song. The next exercise, we're going to use our weights. And this is a progressive single, double overhead press. And what I mean by that is this. I'm going to grab my weights. A press is an overhead press. It's a shoulder press. Your arms start at 90 degrees or so. They're out to the side. Your neck is not involved. Single one arm at a time, alternating. Single, single, and now here's the double. But when I say progressive, each time you do that, you're going to add one. So the first time we do one each. Second time we do it, it's going to be 2, 2, 2. And yeah, you got it. The next time is 3, 3, 3. And we're just going to keep going for the entire minute. Now, the extra challenge here is to try to do this on one leg. Everything we do is compound exercise, so let's add a balance aspect to this as well. So let's try to do it. Don't worry about it. That chair is there for your safety and for your assistance. So let's try that. 1 minute. We're going to add the music on. Here we go. Single, single, single. Now go for 2. Both are 2. All right, now we're going to go for 3 each side. Again, go at your pace. I'm going to switch legs now that I've done each half. Woohoo! This leg is obviously a lot harder for me. I'm on 4 now. I don't know what number you're on. Stay at your pace. Everything goes 4 for me. Almost done. 5 seconds, and I'm on my 5th. And done. All right, hopefully you felt a nice burn in those shoulders. We're really working that upper body right here. And hopefully, you got a little balance workout as well. Our next exercise is something called a knee repeater. This is all about your legs again, but I'm going to throw in a little more core since you can never get too much core work. So a knee repeater, we're going to start off facing slightly out to, each foot is out to the side. Have that chair near you because you're going to be on 1 foot again. One leg goes out, your hands are holding the weight. This is the repeater, 4 knees at a time. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I turn and go to the other way. 1, 2, 3, 4. Turn. 1, 2, 3, 4. Putting on that music, not a lot of instruction on this one. Do your best. Try to lift that knee nice and high. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I switch. 2, knee comes up. Now I'm going a little fast. You may not have to go this fast. And if you notice, I'm using that weight. I'm pulling each way. I'm reaching and turning. So I'm adding, that's where that core comes in. 30 seconds, we're halfway into it. Get used to it. 1, 2, 3, 4, switch. Count it out loud to yourself. It'll help. I'm going to add even more of a twist here because I want to get really into that core. Almost done. You're doing great. Stay with it. 3, 2, and we're done. All right. So that's our 5 exercises. The last exercise you need the ball for. This is a speed exercise. This exercise is all about hand-eye coordination. Really important for every part of your life. We're going to dribble the ball for a minute. That's it. Just dribble. You can dribble from hand to hand. You can dribble just with one hand. Try to keep the ball high. Bring the ball to you. Don't come down. You don't want to bring it all the way down. You want to be good to your back. We're just dribbling for, let's take the first round, just get used to dribbling for a minute. The second round, I'm going to ask you to go a little faster. So here we go. 1 minute on the clock. This is all about speed and hand-eye. Now my ball doesn't always bounce evenly because it's got a little nozzle on the one side of it to add so you can blow them up. So you'll see it'll take a funny bounce every now and again. So I have to keep my eyes closely peeled. And I'm working right here on one arm, and I'm going to switch arms, get used to just dribbling that ball. Woo! Now I'm going to take it, now that I got used to it, I'm going to take it a little faster. Switch hands a little faster. Woo! Ha-hoo! I'm sure you've all probably lost it at least once yet so far, maybe not yet, but you will. 10 seconds to go. And time. All right, let's take a break. So that was our first round. Please stop, get some water, wipe off, get ready to go. We're going to do those exact same 6 exercises, starting with the lateral walking squats and the up downs. But this time, I want you to really focus on the benefits for Parkinson's. As I said, you may not have all the symptoms or any of the symptoms that we'll be discussing today, but it is still beneficial to remind the brain to build these pathways, to reinforce these pathways in the brain so that hopefully we can delay some of these common symptoms that people experience. The lateral walking squats, what we're focusing on here is taking large steps, not those little steps that very often happen with people with Parkinson's. So I want you to take a really wide step, not just a squat, but a big squat. Come back up, take another big squat. And then the up downs, same thing. I want you to reach all the way up, come down, full extension of the body. We're working on range of motion so that we're not bending it completely. We want to totally extend the body. Come back up and go back to those big squats. Think about larger steps, larger motions instead of just the form that we talked about in the first one. We're not just working glutes and abdominals. We're really working on large extended steps. So we're going to put the music on. We're going to start with those side lunges, squats. Here we go. Nice and big, standing tall. Nice and big. Stand tall now. Drop to the floor. Down, down. Full extension of that body all the way in and reach. And come on back. Down and up, down. Good. Now that you understand what I'm talking about, go at your pace. But make sure it's big and safe. Keep that chair nearby or do it off the chair if you need to. Halfway. Does it seem easier now that you understand why you're doing it? Or does it just make more sense to do it? I think so, right? Big step. Big step. Almost done. 10 seconds. You're doing great. Stay with it. Really nice. And done. Great job. Nice work. All right. Same idea for the rest of the next 5 exercises. Exaggerate the motion, not just the form. So the next exercise is the bird dog. What we're working here is balance. I love bird dog, even though we are working core. I like the bird dog for balance because if you lose your balance, you're not going very far. And it's a great way of working, of practicing that. The other advantage to Parkinson's advantage to bird dog is that you're working opposite limbs, which is working on normal gait, moving your right arm and left leg together. Normal gait. So think about really holding and using those opposites. And then we're crossing the midline. We're using the brain a little more fully. So let's hit the ground, work on our bird dogs, really fully extend, and try to work on balance. Okay, here we go. Reach. Even hold it for a few seconds. That's fine. You're really getting that balance. And then we're going to cross. And to really get the full extension, the full benefit of the crossing, push that elbow into the knee, and you're going to feel your abdominals really triggering, firing up, really working. Got it? How are we doing? All right, halfway there. You're doing great. Really concentrate. Don't worry about the time. Worry about what you're doing. Concentrate on all these motions. Really reach through them all. Be more intentional on all these motions. All right, the last 5. And done. Woo! Come on back up. Kick, lunge, kick. This one's all about gait again. We're back to walking using our legs. One of the things, a very common symptom of Parkinson's is shuffling, not really lifting your legs. So that's why the kick was thrown in with the back lunge. The back lunge is a great exercise. It strengthens your quadriceps. It strengthens your glutes. It's a great leg strengthener. But that kick works your hamstring and triggers the brain to make it nice, big, long extension. So let's think about that while we go with our 60 seconds on the clock. And here we go. Big kick, lunge, kick and switch. Nice, big, and intentional lifts. All the way back. Try to get that leg as far back as you can safely, triggering and reminding that brain to take big steps, not little steps. And you'll notice I'm holding just for a few seconds on my lunge because I'm working on my balance also. And I got this chair to help me. Thank goodness. Now this one you may feel tomorrow, and you're welcome. Almost done. Woo! And great job. All right. Pick up those weights for our alternating progressive shoulder presses. This one, even though it's shoulders, which really is not affected that much by Parkinson's disease, it's upper back and posture. Whenever you bring your arms overhead, your chest should open up, that arm is overhead, and we're working all those muscles in your upper back, and that's for posture. And then I threw in the balance because, as I said, one of the major symptoms that many people experience is balance issues. So let's work on it as much as we can. We've done it on the floor, now let's do it standing. All right, here we go. 1, 1, 1, 2, 2. Woohoo! 2. You can see I really need this one. 3. 3. I'm thinking about opening up my chest and pulling down with my back, those muscles in the back. So I'm working on those upper body motions for posture. This is 4. Working on posture, working on extending the arms as high as possible. We're already halfway through. And I'm on 5. I ended on 5 last time. So clearly I'm going faster. And I'm feeling it a lot more in my shoulders too. 10 seconds. 5, 6. Okay. All right. Were you able to see the difference when you're just lifting your arms over your head and working your shoulders than when you find out that it's more about your posture, that you were able to stand a little taller because that's what you were thinking about? Great for you. Good for you. All right. The next exercise are those repeaters, the knee repeaters. This is, again, about walking, about gait, lifting those legs. So that's what we're doing here. But we're also working on fluidity. Instead of rigid motions, we're trying to twist on the top. Twist on the top. A lot of people get very rigid here, so we want to see if we can remind the torso to be a little more fluid. So that's really why I threw that in there. Let's try that together. Okay, 4 on each side. Count it out. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. And try to lift that leg nice and high. Now, if you're really losing your balance a lot, how about taking it down here? That's fine. That's not cheating. There is no cheating in my exercise classes. I don't believe that there's such thing as cheating in exercise. There's just different levels that work for different people. So if you're taking that leg in and out, you're still on one leg for a certain amount of time. You're still rotating. You're still working at everything we need to work on. We're almost done. Stay with it. And done. All right, grab that ball. We're on our dribbles. Everybody gets to dribble. Grab the ball. This time, we're working more on speed. Okay, we got used to the first round. Now I want you to challenge yourself a little more. Work on speed. Science has shown, studies have shown, that by forcing yourself to move faster in one thing, travels and transfers into other things. So we want to work on speed. Here we go. Music and timer. See, this is where my heart rate comes up. Once I really start to push myself, this becomes very, very cardio for me. I'm going to try to switch arms. You may not see me in a few seconds. Oh, I did it. I was afraid I was going to lose the ball. All right, that left hand for me is a lot harder, so I want to push myself a little harder. All right. Faster. Come on, Lauren. Faster. Come on. Come on, Lauren. Come on, faster. Okay, I'm going to switch hands and see how I do with that. Coordination, hand-eye, hand-eye. Hold on to that ball. Keep your eyes on that ball. Faster now, faster. Almost done. Stay with it. I promise. It's almost done. And done. All right. End of our second round. Time to get a drink of water. Make sure you stay hydrated, especially as the summer comes around. You want to make sure that you keep those muscles well hydrated. And again, your vocal cords as well. It's important for swallowing. It's important for all keeping your body healthy and safe. All right, my favorite round. This one is the cognitive round. Same 6 exercises. This time there's a brain challenge in almost all of them. We're not going to do it in the progressives because that needs to be counting. First one, while we're doing those lateral walks and up downs, I want you to think of names, men's names or women's, that start with the letter T. All right, here we go. First exercise, 60 seconds. T names, big steps. Don't forget to take those big steps. All the way up, down, out, out, in. Names with T. Big steps. Think about what you're doing. Sit back. Don't let those knees come forward. Woo! I think by the time I'm on my third round, I start to really feel it. I'm certainly running out of breath. How about you? And we are done. All right. Good job. Were you able to come up with a whole minute of names with T? I hope so. The next exercise, bird dog. I'm going to make this really easy for you. I want you to think of birds. How about that? No dogs, just birds, just different kinds of birds. Remember, you're on all fours. You're reaching fully extended as far as you can with opposite limbs. Make sure you're working opposites, otherwise you'll fall over. All right, so here we go. Birds. Try to keep those hips even. We're working stabilizing those hips, keeping you balanced. And then we crunch. Crossing the midline to the opposite side. Opposites are really, really key when we're working with Parkinson's. You want to make sure that we're keeping that body able to work on the opposite sides. Challenge yourself. Make this as hard as you can for you. Now, I can make this more fun. Anybody want to make this more fun? Okay, you can take this bird dog into a plank bird dog. Or not. 10 seconds. Almost done. Great job. Reach and done. All right. Come on back up. All right. Could you fill a minute of birds? I got past pigeon and I couldn't come up with anything else. All right. The next exercise are our kick and lunge. Here's the challenge here. When your right leg goes up, I want you to count by twos. 2, 4, 6. When your left leg comes up, try to count by fives. 5, 10, 15. Going back to the twos. 8, 10, 12, Then you continue wherever you left off on the 5s, all right? It's truly a brain challenge. I'm going to move my chair over for safety. Here we go. 2s and 5s, big long lifts and big steps back. Let's go. Woo. Halfway. Does this feel like a longer minute to you? I think we have to check that counter. I think it's faulty. All right, last 10. We can do it now. It's only 10. We can do it. And done. All right, that was a real challenge. I hope you were able to do it. I hope you didn't get too stumped. And, you know, if you got stuck in a lunge position while you're thinking about the next number, so what? It's a lunge position. You're working your legs. Good for you. It's all good. All right, the next exercise is the progressive arms, standing on one leg. I'm not going to give you a challenge for this one because you need to count each side and make it even. So we're just going to put on the music and count for the minute. Here we go. Three, I'm going to change legs. Halfway. Open up the chest. Make sure your back is helping. Bring those arms directly overhead. Make sure you're going to a full range of motion. 5, 4, 1. All right, nice job. The next exercise are those repeaters. Remember, we do 4 on each side. How about we spell 4-letter words? Instead of counting 4, think of a word that has 4 letters. Be nice. On each side. So let's say the word was walk. We W-A-L-K. And then I'm going to turn on the other side and maybe step. Okay? And just keep coming up with 4-letter words as you go through the exercise. Here we go. Now you may have to go slower to come up with one. That's okay. Don't forget to twist and lift that leg nice and high. How we doing? I haven't thought of one bad word yet. Good for me. I'm actually thinking of 4-letter words that are good. Ten seconds. And time. Did anybody come up with the word 4? It's a 4-letter word. All right, our last exercise is dribbling. And yes, there's a mental challenge in addition to your hand-eye coordination and chasing the ball around and trying to move as fast as you can. I'd like you to come up with, and there's no time in this, just come up with as many as you can. Just keep thinking about it while you're dribbling. Songs that have the word love in the title. Love Me Do, and so on. Okay? Dribble as fast as you can, 1 minute. This is our last exercise, last round. Here we go. Faster. Faster. Now I can't look up to see what time it is, so I'm just going to stop when the music stops. If you have to look up, you're not working hard enough. Keep your eye on that ball. Keep your eye on the ball. Go as hard as you can, fast as you can. Keep going, keep going. We're almost done. Only 10 seconds to go. Go for it. Faster, faster, harder. Go, go, go. And done. Give yourself a hand. That was great. That was really good. I know a lot of you don't think of dribbling as an exercise. Now you do, right? How's your heart rate? How's your shoulders? How's your legs? It's an exercise. Good for you. Nice work. All right, grab some water. Slow down that heart rate. Deep breath in and exhale with me. Let's try that one more time. Deep inhale and a slow exhale. Great job. If your heart rate's still real high, please walk around as I continue to talk. Just as the warm-up is really, really important because it prepares your body for exercise, the cool down and the stretch is just as important. It lets out your toxins that your body normally normally produces. It also extends now that your muscles are fully filled up with oxygen and blood. It allows those fibers to lengthen, and that also saves you from getting injured because a tight muscle is when you get hurt. So it allows you to lengthen those muscles. So I'm going to invite you to join me on the floor as we stretch through some of these large muscles that we worked with today. Come on down to the floor. We're going to start on all fours. We're going to start off with our lower back. I like to start off with the back. Flatten your toes if you can, otherwise keep them bent. That's fine. A lot of people with Parkinson's find they get those hammer toes. So if that's difficult for you, do what feels right. Sit all the way back on your heels. If you can, take your arms behind you. Otherwise, just stay right here. Drop your head. Your head weighs about, you know what? Head weighs about 11 or 12 pounds. That's true. So, but just by dropping your head, you're lengthening all those muscles in your spine. So I'm going to stay right here and just enjoy my lower back stretch. Good, and just hold it here. A stretch is not really going to do you any good if it's less than 10 seconds. A real good stretch is 15 seconds or more, but we're just going to do what we can. All right, so we kind of got some of those muscles lengthened a bit. Let's come back to all fours. I want your hips directly over your knees. And let's extend those arms directly in front of you as far as you can walk those arms. Now, don't take your hips with you and don't sit back. Keep them right up in the air. I'm going to turn slightly and drop your chest to the floor. This is a fabulous stretch for your core, for your abdominals, for your chest, and the upper back and shoulders, all those muscles we did today in those progressive shoulder presses. So just hold it right here and enjoy the stretch. Lengthen all those muscles. Breathe deep inside and exhale. All right. So now let's sit back up. Let's take one leg directly in front of you. This is for hamstring. One leg is in front. You could, if this is a difficult stretch for you because you're putting weight on your knee, you can bring yourself up to a standing position. And just stand right here. Your body weight is lengthening in front, not bending. Just hold it right here, or again, if you're on your knee, you're here. Same exercise, same stretch. Deep breath in. Those kicks, those sweeping kicks that we did today, this is what we're stretching out. So count with me for 5 seconds because we've already held it a few. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Switch legs, and again, if putting weight on that knee is difficult, just switch legs by standing. One leg is behind, the leg in front is the leg you're stretching. Right here, the leg is directly in front, and we're just leaning into it. If you're on your knee, same thing. The leg is extended in front. Lean into it, bend into it. Try not to bend at the waist, just lean forward. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Great job. Let's all stand up. Hand on your knee. If you're already up, stay there. Let's take one leg over the other. You may want your chair here for balance, or you may want to sit on the chair. Either way. Cross one knee, ankle over the knee, and sit back as if there's a chair behind you, or actually put a chair behind you. Have a seat, put your ankle over, and just, again, we're not bending, we're leaning forward, and just hold it right here. Let's play a little with our vocal cords while we're stretching. Let's just say you together. You. Let's switch legs. Let's think of something that makes us smile. How about me? Together. Me. Great job. All right, standing or seated, same thing. What we're going to do now is either stay seated or stay standing. Bring those arms fully overhead. As high as you can, open up your arms, open up your chest and your abdominals. Lengthen all those muscles in your trunk. Lift as high as you can. Let's have a little fun and see if we can't balance. Bring yourself all the way up to your toes. If you're in your chair, you're going to lengthen those toes, and we're just stretching. So we're still using and stretching all the same muscles. The difference is here we're working on balance. We're not just stretching. So let's hold it here and let's say la. La. Come on down. Keep your arms where they are. Stay nice and tall. Open up your chest, looking nice and tall to the sky. Hands are open and extended. We're going to drop those arms slowly to your side. And guess what? We are finished. Join me with a big yay. Yay! All right, give yourself a hand. Great job today. We did some hopefully new exercises that you have not done before, at least not with me. I just want to remind you that we have a whole library of other videos for you to work out with. I'd like you to, in the next month, I believe it is, we'll be opening them up. You'll be, whether you have a membership or not, you'll be able to see a lot of our other videos and get a chance to see our other instructors and maybe find another class that you enjoy that you get a lot out of. So I hope you will explore some of the other options that we offer to you. Please make sure to give us a thumbs up if you enjoyed the class. And if you have not subscribed, there's a little blue button on your screen. Please hit that button. It does not cost you anything, but it does help other people find us more readily. I hope you have a great, safe week. I will see you next week.